What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Man Up. I'm coming at you with a video here. And as you can see on your screen, mother, 2 year old, mother and a 2 year old, kicked off an American flight after toddler refused to wear a mask. Now, before I get started, I will say this here. There always have been, I guess you could say, the rules were for wearing masks. It always says small children are exempt from this because their lungs are still developing. Some of them can't take, not being able to breathe freely just yet, so they don't want to take that risk. So little kids was always exempt. That when we're during this pandemic, they always said people with breathing problems and small children are exempt. And small children can have breathing problems, and they don't want to take no risk of making things worse. That's why they say kids are exempt. Now, the mom on here made a statement, as you can see right under the headlines there. What you want me to do? Duct tape his face? She, I guess, angry and then being sarcastic at the same time, and I get it. And then you already know when you're on these flights, kids start acting up, start crying. I know I've been on flights where kids are crying and people are just doing whatever and it gets on your nerves. I put it like that. Kids kicking your seat, people talking. It is what it is. You know what you're getting into when you're on public transportation. Yes, airlines is public transportation, unless you got your own private jet or whatever. Anyway, so I'm not going to read all this. I read some of it, and I got where the mom was coming from. She's traveling, doing her thing. Of course, they already had limited flights, and she was trying to, get to where she was going. Now, the mom off a JetBlue flight. Now, remember I said JetBlue. Mom kicked off a JetBlue flight over toddler's mask. China Brooke was traveling with her 6 kids when her youngest child, Diana, who was 2, refused to wear her mask as other passengers who tried to support her were kicked off the plane. I guess that'll make sense. Mom kicked off JetBlue flight over toddler's mask, China Brooke. I guess they forgot a space there. I was saying the mom's name. But anyway, I read some of this, like I said, and the mom said she tried to bribe him, tried to get him to wear the mask, and all that good stuff. But remember, like I said, remember JetBlue. They kicked her off. I'm gonna scroll up, and as always, I'm not gonna read it all because this one's kind of long, but I'm not gonna read it all. I'm gonna let you read as I go. Just giving my opinion on this. Now, I put it like this here. I can understand the airline's point of view as well. It is a liability. They don't want the child to catch anything, and they could possibly be responsible. So I can see it from that point of view. But then I also see, like I said, the government did make a mandate that people with breathing problems and small children are exempt. And if this child is 2 years old, that's a small child. So they are exempt from wearing masks. But then I get it. You're in a small space, confined. You don't want to take that risk. There's already a risk running airline flights, but you don't want to take this risk. So I get it. And as you can see right there was a picture of the mom with the child. And now, like I said, remember this was JetBlue. I'm wondering why they're talking about American Airlines. I don't know if American Airlines own JetBlue or vice versa or what. But, all right, that's the reason why I was saying remember JetBlue, because I didn't get it. Anyway. Now, like I said, I get it from a business standpoint. You are liable. Well, you can be liable, I'll put it like that, if something happens. So they're saying, no, we're not going to take this risk. But then when the government outweighs you on certain things, it's you kind of don't have to say so. But she said she'll never fly American Airlines again. And she said that she did what she could to try to get the child to wear the mask, but the child didn't want to. And you know how little 2-year-olds are at that age; they are not going to listen. They are not going to listen. What they're going to actually do is whatever they feel like they want to do. You know. And would you rather have the child screaming and hollering like she said the child was when she tried to bribe the child? Or would you rather have a peaceful flight to get where you're going? Now, me personally, if that was me, and I'm the pilot or whoever made that decision, I don't know who made the decision. I think the pilot did. But if I was the pilot, I looked at it, I look at it from like this. Well, the government did say small children are exempt. Any grocery store you go to, uh, certain places or whatever, they have it on their intercom. It'll say they the, the the government or the state or wherever you're at. It will say uh, it is mandatory that you wear a mask. If you don't want to, you can use other kind of ways to get what you want or get where you're going or whatever. And they give you some options and things like that. But then they also say people with breathing problems or small children are exempt. It says that. So she has the right to, I guess you could say, be upset because I would too. First of all, the child don't want to wear it. I don't know why. Maybe the child, like some adults, like myself, sometimes I have a hard time breathing in their mask. And I don't have breathing problems. But sometimes when you're having a mask on, it gives you a headache, makes you a little dizzy because you're breathing in your own oxygen, your own CO2s, which is not good for your body. And that child probably is experiencing that. We don't know. 2-year-old can't really explain that, but that's probably what it was. I don't know, like I said. And I can understand where the mom's coming from. So put it like that, if that was me, I wouldn't force it. I would just say, okay, see what you can do to get this child to wear the mask. Offer the child some candy or a toy or whatever. Something like that. I wouldn't kick them off the flight. Because like I said, if you look it up right now, it does say that people with breathing problems and small children are exempt from wearing a mask. But they encourage you not to shop. They don't say you don't have to or you can't. They just say they encourage you not to shop, not to be out in public places without one, wherever you're going. And she says she will never fly American Airlines again. Now, like I said, this was one of those situations where I get where the pilot's coming from, but I have to side with the mother on this one. I have to. Because, like I said, there's a whole bunch of different scenarios in this. And this one has to be a tough decision. And I'm trying to explain it into words, but just put it like this here. You know how you've seen people that on oxygen tanks, but they still smoking? That's their dumb decision to keep smoking. While they already can't breathe on their own, they still smoke. You see what I'm saying? If this mom is willing to fly and her child won't wear a mask, that's kind of on her as well too. You see what I'm saying? So, but I can see it from a business standpoint. You can be reliable. I mean, so you can be reliable if something happens. Not reliable, but reliable. Two different words, completely different with different meanings. So my bad on that one. But you can be. So, uh, I just look at this like I'm trying to put what I'm trying to say into words because in this situation it's very very difficult. I I don't know if the captain made a snap decision or he thought about it for a while or what. I don't know. But this woman said she has 6 kids. And that's crazy. I cannot see kicking a woman off with her 6 kids off a plane. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy. Whether he knew she had 6 kids or not, I don't know. But she said she had 6 kids. And I go in the grocery stores all the time, and I also seen these videos where people refuse to wear their mask in certain places, going to go get something to eat or going to the grocery store or wherever they're going. They refuse to wear their mask, and people want to say how it's their right. That's one thing I want to know right there. Where is it in your human rights that it says that you don't have to wear a mask? Please show me where that's at. Some people say the First Amendment. The First Amendment is freedom of speech. Second Amendment is the right to bear arms and also freedom of religion. Nowhere does it say that you don't have to wear a mask. So where do people get this from? That it's their right. They don't have to. They don't want to. I mean, hey, it's your choice, your business. But I don't want to hear you whine and complain if you catch the coronavirus or the flu or anything. Because right now it's flu season. That's why they're giving out flu shots now. And we know this coronavirus basically would have been in existence since the end of 2019. Came real serious at the beginning of 2020. So I just look at it like this. Wear your mask. It's a shame that other countries like New Zealand, New England, no, excuse me, not New England, I'm sorry, New Zealand don't have any cases. And you got China, where the virus supposedly came from, has very few cases. And this is America, where we're supposed to have the best of everything. Still got millions, well, not millions, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, millions of cases of this. Well, they tested millions, I put it like that. Like a few 100,000 have had it, a few hundred have died from it, or died of complications from it. Because you really don't die from the virus. What it does is if you have like any kind of illnesses or something like that, it makes those worse and you could possibly die. For example, if you had cancer, if you have diabetes, or if you do have problems breathing or anything, you know what I'm saying? You can the coronavirus make those worse and you could possibly die from that instead of the coronavirus. Because the coronavirus doesn't really kill you. Because a lot of people have had it. Like one of my coworkers had it and she said she was just fine. It's just that she didn't want to spread it because she knows that it possibly can, make things worse for other people. Then I've heard some people who had it and I've heard some people saying it's like having a flu times 3. It's horrible. So, but just I thought we supposed to be kind to our fellow man. Come on, wear your mask. It's already bad enough once this thing became, I guess you could say, an outrage. I don't know how to phrase it, but that we went, well, not we, because I didn't. I thought it was ridiculous. People were going to the damn stores buying up everything. It's like, really? And now people are trying to sell all this stuff or return it back to the stores because they realized it wasn't as bad as they thought. You know, so they realize it's not as bad as they thought. So they're like, damn. So they're trying to get rid of this stuff or sell it or whatever. And I looked at these foods. I was like, really? But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. But the thing is, with this situation, it's kind of like I could see it both ways. Is what I'm getting at. I do. I see it both ways. And let me explain what I'm saying. Like I said before, if you don't want to wear your mask or you can't wear your mask or whatever the case may be, as a business, they can possibly be reliable. So they're trying to protect themselves just like you would protect your business if you had one. Or if you do have one. You know what I'm saying? You will protect your business. So I get it from a business standpoint. Then I also get it from a non-business standpoint. You know, like I said before, that law, or excuse me, not the law, I'm sorry. Once the government made this mandatory, they did say people with breathing problems and small children are exempt. So, you know, I mean, it's up to you. You do it how you feel. And if this little child, 2-year-old, did not wear the mask, well, I mean, what do you expect for her to do? So, I don't know. I don't know. Because like I said, even me, and I don't have any breathing problems. I thank God for that. I don't have any breathing problems. And when I have to wear my mask for long periods of time because of my work, you know, I do start getting headache, get a little dizzy. I have to step outside, take my mask off to, gather myself. Things like that. I get real dehydrated because you breathe it in your hot breath as well. So it makes you more and more dehydrated. And when you and I think that's the reason why. That's probably the reason why that little child didn't want to wear it. And like I said, 2 years can't explain all that. And the mother said she was sitting there trying, and witnesses heard she was sitting there trying to bribe the kid, the baby, the 2-year-old, to wear the mask, but it did nothing work. So me, I wouldn't have kicked the child off the plane. Right here at the top there, it says all major U.S. airlines require any child aged 2 and over to wear a mask in order to fly. But the policy has become under scrutiny as more stories of parents with small children being kicked off a flight surface. So it's like, well, I don't know. I guess that's just a hard decision you have to make. So, and I guess when you're the boss or whatever the case may be, in this case, the pilot is the boss of the plane. He's not going to take off until things are in order. It's been like that several times on flights that I have taken to where the pilot would not take off unless everything was the way it's supposed to be. So I don't know, man. It's just one of those things to where I mean, I really can't explain. I'm trying to put this into words. So I'm trying to put this into words because I get it. And like I said, if it was me, I wouldn't have done it. Especially if I see her trying to get the child to wear one. I know that's the rules and you're trying to obey the rules because you are liable and all that good stuff. But come on. There got to be something else that can be done. So I guess at the end of the day, you know, the pilot made a decision, and I know it was gonna be a decision to where it would have been hated regardless. So at the end of the day, this is what it is. Like I said, if it was me, I wouldn't have done it, but ah well, what can you do? So he's following the rules that his company gave him. It's just like when you're taking public transportation, taking the bus, you have to have on a mask. And if you don't, you can't get on that bus. But I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say. It's just one of those hard decisions you got to make. So with all that being said, I'm finna go ahead and get up out of here. This is your boy Man Up, chunking the deuce. I'll holler at everybody.